Hello! I'm back with another video. And this video is just me talking about some of my favorite Sony games. Sony exclusive games. These aren't necessarily all Sony IPs, but these are just Sony exclusive games that I just loved. Grew up playing, well not grew up, but because I got my PS1 when I was like 13, 14. I spent some of my summer money because my grandfather was a landscaper, and during the summer I'd work for him and he'd give me an actual wage. I'd earn money. When I turned 18, he actually gave me like a third of the business, and when he sold it I got to keep a third. So yeah, but that's another topic. Basically, I took some of that money when I was 13 that I earned, and I bought like a used PS1, and I at a yard sale, and the dude had like a box of games for like, he wanted $50. I talked him down to 10, and that's how I got my PS1 games. Some of which broke, some of which were scratched beyond recognition, but the ones that were good, I played the hell out of. So, I'm going to start on the PS1, because that's the first one I had. I enjoyed Pa Rappa the Rapper. It's one of my favorite PS1 games of all time. Loved the hell out of it. Loved it. Loved that game incredibly. Grandia. Loved Grandia. Great RPG. I have played the three Final Fantasies that were on the PS1. I didn't care for them. Final Fantasy IX was okay. Final Fantasy 8 and 7, in my opinions, were inferior to anything that was on the SNES. Even Final Fantasy 4. Or 2, if you count the whole weird number system. So, excuse me. Let's see. I liked Tomba. Yes, I did. I liked Tomba. I liked Gex on the PS1. Wasn't a big fan. Oh, but I'll tell you a game that I really loved, and I wish Sony actually made a sequel to this. Because I would, if they made a sequel to this, I would buy a PS4. Medieval. If they made a Medieval 3, Medieval was a fun little game. It was kind of like a poor man's Zelda. Okay. Except slightly better in that regard, as being a poor man's Zelda. But I mean, I would have liked another Medieval, but alas, Sony is with the dude bro crowd, and Medieval isn't dude bro enough for normal people. So that leads me to my PS2 favorite games. I was a real big fan of Rogue Galaxy, which is a level 5 game. And the original Dark Cloud. I didn't like the sequel Dark Cloud 2, but the first one was really fun. I enjoyed Ratchet and Clank, the entire series. But I really liked Up Your Arsenal and Going Commando. The first Ratchet and Clank was pretty good, but the second one, where you had your ship and you could like upgrade the ship and like do missions and play in battle coliseums. I mean, that was just awesome. They should really bring back Ratchet and Clank and put the time and attention in it to make it into a massive game. I like Jak and Daxter. I liked both of those games very much. I wish Sony would make a new Jak and Daxter and Ratchet and Clank. As a matter of fact, I wish they made a crossover. That would be friggin' awesome. But ain't gonna happen because Sony, the dude bro crowd, took it over. What other games did I love on my PS2? I was a big fan of Tales of Exidia, which was not nearly as good as Tales of Symphonia, but I haven't played a Tales game that was as good as the original Tales of Symphonia on the GameCube yet, so sorry. Which leads me to the PS3 games that I've just loved the hell out of. I've had a lot of fun with Yakuza. Now, I liked Yakuza 1 and 2 on the PS2, but Yakuza 3, oh my god, that game is just, gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Yakuza 4 is good too. Hell, I even like Yakuza Dead Souls. I just like Yakuza games. Yakuza is the thinking man's GTA, okay? Except, instead of using guns to shoot people, in Yakuza, I mean, there are guns, but they're kind of a pain in the ass to use. In Yakuza, it's all about beating the shit out of people. It's like it's like they took the best parts of an RPG and the best parts of a beat 'em up, smashed them together, and that is Yakuza. And the control is a little weird, but once you get used to it, it doesn't bother people. I mean, I've been playing Yakuza since the beginning. Yakuza 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll probably get Yakuza if Sega ever decides to bring Yakuza 5 over, I'll play that. I'm a big Yakuza fan. I love Yakuza. Let's see, what else did I enjoy on the PS3? The first game that I played on the PS3 was Darksiders. And I actually enjoyed Darksiders. I liked Darksiders 1 more than I liked 2. Now, 2 isn't a bad game, but I liked Darksider 1's character more than I liked Death in the second one. You can understand that. I know Darksiders was kind of like a bastardization between The Legend of Zelda and God of War, but what can I say? I like how dark and gritty it is. I mean, I like that. Okay. Let's see, what other games? I like the original BioShock on the PS3. It is a very atmospheric game. I mean, BioShock is a first-person shooter, but the shooting mechanics are very casual. The real strength of BioShock is the atmosphere. I mean, it's dark, it's gritty, and you really discover what's going on by reading the diaries and putting things together in the context around it. Like, BioShock and Metroid Prime have that in common. Like, you don't get a lot of exposition from BioShock. You figure things out by putting together clues set in the environment. And I think that's friggin' awesome. And there's not a lot of hand-holding in either of those games. Like, they just kind of, here's a little bit of information, then throw you into the deep end. Swim the best you can. Good luck. I like that. The final game that I really just loved playing on my PS3 was the original Borderlands. I loved the original Borderlands. Loved it to death. Loved it to friggin' death. One of my favorite games. The second Borderlands, didn't like as much. I mean, I don't know why I don't like the second Borderlands. I guess because it's too microtransaction-y. It's too microtransaction-y. I mean, like, 4 or 5 pieces of expansion DLC is good enough. I don't need, like, $100 worth of DLC for a game. That's just too damn much. Plus, I ran into a game-breaking glitch on one of the DLC packs in Borderlands 2 that just ruined that game for me. So, yeah. So that's the end of this video. This is just me talking about some games that I actually liked on my for PlayStation. So, yeah, that's the end of this video.